This is the Roulette Master, and I cannot wait to introduce to you the incredible new Par 3 Roulette system. One of my subscribers, Dave Want, loves golf, loves roulette, and he says these two combined are making him tons of money in the casino. This is going to be awesome today. I can't wait to share this with you. And today we're going to test this against a system that I've been using to win money consistently in the casino with lately. It's fantastic, and it is the Texas two-step. We're going to start with that first. And what we're going to look for here with the Texas two-step is what's been hitting lately. And if we don't have a trend, and then we just go with the last number. In this case, we have a 1 red. So let's just go ahead and go with red for $10. And let's go ahead and spin. And I'll share with you everything I've been doing to win money with this in the casino. And why it's such a great system. And we lost starting out. And so we go to a $20 bet. And let's go ahead and the last one was black 20. Let's just go ahead and go even for 20. And spin. Once we have some trends that show up, we'll start betting on those trends. And that's a double zero. So not the best start, but that's okay. We're going to now go to a $30 bet. And we're going to stay right where we're at there on even. And you can see we're minus $30. Let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. And that's a 2 black, and we got the win. So once we get a win, we take the amount that we won, and we first put that $30 always on first column. And then the next $30, or whatever you won, is going to go either on the second column or third column, depending on how many red or black numbers is in the last 10 spins. And it looks like there's more red than black. So we're going to put the other $30 on third column. If it was more black than red, we'd put it on second column, and you can see why. Look at all the black numbers in the second column. Look at all the red numbers in the third column. Now let's go ahead and spin. And if we were to lose this one, we go back to level 1, but we go up in the progression, which I'm going to share with you here in a second. Okay, we got the win. If we had lost that one, we would be going back to level 1 at a higher bet amount. But since we won, we're going to restart. We're up $30, and I'll share that with you how that works as we go through here. We have 2 even. Actually, there's a bunch of evens there. Let's stay with even, and we're going back to $10. Let's go ahead and spin with the Texas two-step. And again, I've been doing fantastic with this one lately, and I expect it to do well again today. Let's find out. Okay, we got the win. So we won 10 that time. So we always put the amount we won on first column. And then if there's more black than red, which there is, we'll put the bet on second column because all the black numbers are in the second column. Okay, so if we lose this one, we're going to go up in the progression and go back to step 1. Okay, that's a 1 red. But we won, so we go back to 10. Once we lose one of those, I'll share with you how that works. So let's just go back to level 1, and we'll be on, let's go 1 to 18 since the last, actually 3 of the last 4 have been low numbers. So let's go ahead and bet $10 on 1 to 18. And here we go. Let's see what we get here. That's a low number, but not one that benefits us. That's not good at all. So we're going to go to a $20 bet. And let's stay on the low numbers and spin. They've been pretty good recently, and we're going to bet on the trend. But we lost that one. Okay, and we have a $30 bet now. And that's a high black number. Let's go 19 to 36 for 30. You see, we lost it, 20. And after we go from 10 to 20, we're going to add up our 2 previous bets for our next bet. That's why we're at 30 now. Okay? We lost again. So that means we're going to add up 30 and 20, the 2 previous bets. And we're going to have a $50 bet out there. And we're going to switch it to odd since the last 2 numbers are odd. We're going to go with the trend. And here we go. Okay, we got it. So now we take that $50 and we first put it on first column like we always do, and then we count and see which, if we have more black or red numbers in the last 10 spins. We definitely have more black, so we put it on second column because that's where the black numbers are. Now we have a $100 bet out there, and here we go. That's a 22 black, and we won that one. But again, once we lose one of those, I'll share with you what to do next. We're up $90. We go back to the start at $10. And let's bet on black since the last 2 are black. And let's go ahead and spin. And here we go with the Texas two-step. And that's a 6 black. And we won, so we put $10 on first column. And then the other one's going to go on second column because that's where all the black numbers are, which are in the majority. in the last 10 spins. So here we go. That's a 7 red. We got the win. So we restart. But again, we'll lose one of those here pretty soon, and I'll share with you what to do next. We're up $110, and let's go 1 to 18 again. It looks like we're starting to trend towards lower numbers again. And here we go. And look at that. That's a 5 red. Fantastic. So we will put that $10 on first column, and then we still have more black numbers. So we'll bet on second column. Again, if there's more red numbers in the last 10 spins, we bet on third because that's where all the red numbers are. And that's a 24 black. We lost. So, okay, now I'll share that with you. So we were at, you can see, let's look and see what was out there again. We had 10 and 10. So basically what we do now is we go up in the progression and go back to step 1. So, so we go from 10 to 20. So we will have a $20 bet. The last number was 24 black. So let's just go ahead and go, let's go even for 20 and spin. So you don't keep going in level 2. You go back to step 1 and then you go up in the progression, and that's the Fibonacci progression modified, which means it's the same as normal Fibonacci, except you don't do the first bet twice. So we go 10, 20, 30, 50, and so on, adding up the 2 previous bets for the next bet. Okay, so we won at 20 there, so we put 20 on first column, and then we have more black numbers, so we put the other 20 on a second column, and let's go ahead and spin with the Texas two-step. That's an 11 black, and we won, so we will now go back to the start. Since we won, we're up $140. It looks like we have 3 black numbers in a row, so let's go with that trend, and let's see if we can get a win here. And that's a 0. That doesn't help us out much, but that's okay. We'll go 10 to 20, and we'll stay on black since the 0 doesn't really affect the trend any, and here we go. That's an 18 red, and that's a loss. So we go up to 30 because we're adding up the 2 previous bets of 10 and 20. And let's go with red since the red just hit. And spin. There's not a whole lot trending right now, so let's go with what hit last. And we lost again. So now we'll add up 30 plus 20, the last 2 bets, and let's go even. And that's because the last 2 are even. Let's see if that trend continues. And here we go. Okay, it did. Fantastic. So we will put that $50 on first column, and then there's more black numbers than red, so we put the other one right there and spin. And so if we lose this one, we would go 50 plus 30, and then we'd start with an $80 bet on the outside bets. But we won, so now we're up $180, and we restart. So let's go low since the last 2 numbers are low. And let's spin with the Texas two-step. Again, I've been doing fantastic with this. That's why I've been testing this one out multiple times lately, because I just want to see, you know, how to get it to lose, because it's doing really, really well. So let's go ahead and let's put the next bet of $20 on red, or we could go odd, but let's go red. Let's go with the trend here either way, and let's see what we get. Okay, we would have won either way there. That's nice. So we'll put 20 on first column. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We can go either way since there's 4 each on the in the history there. So let's just go ahead and put it on second column, and let's see what we get here. That's a 13 black. We got the win. So we restart. We're up $210. And let's go odd this time since the last 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers are odd. Let's see if that trend continues. And here we go. It did not. So we lost that one. We go 10 to 20. And then we can go black since the last 2 are black. Let's go with that trend. And here we go. We lost again. That's a 1 red. So we go 20 plus 10 is 30. And let's go odd since the last one was odd, and spin. Not a whole lot trending right now, but let's see if we can get a win here. And that's definitely not good for anybody. Okay, we'll add up 30 plus 20, the last 2 bets, and we'll have a $50 bet. Might as well just stay on odd. The zeros shouldn't affect anything with the trend. So here we go. And we lost again. So now we're moving up the progression. We'll add up 50 and 30. We'll have an $80 bet out there. And let's just go on red since we've had 2 of the last 3 red. And here goes our $80 bet right here. We lost again. So now we will have an 80 plus 50, which will be 130. And we'll have that 130 bet on even since the last 2 are even. Let's do that. See if that trend continues here. And this is the most losses we've had with this one in a while. And we finally got a win on 28 black. So we're going to take that 130 and we're going to put it on first column. Okay, and then we're going to put the other 130 on. Let's see, it looks like we can go red or black. We can go either column because it's the same number of red as black. Let's go with third column this time for 130. And let's go ahead and spin and see if we can get a win. If we don't win, we'll have to go 130 plus 80 for a 210 bet outside. But we got the win. So now we're up $280. If we had lost that $130 bet on each, we would have gone to a $210 bet on black or the next outside bet. So we're up $280. We restart and let's bet on black for 10 and go with the trend. And here we go. And that's the most losses I've seen in a while with this one, but we recovered. And that's a 22 black. Okay, that's a $10 win. We'll put 10 on first column. It looks like there's more black numbers there, so we'll put the other 10 on second column. And let's go ahead and spin with the Texas two-step. That's a 4 black. And that's a nice win. So you can see we'll go back to the start now. And let's go black for 10. We'll keep riding this trend of black numbers until we lose. And another 00. So it happens. And now we will go from 10 to 20. Might as well stay on black. The 0 shouldn't affect the color that's trending. And here we go. And there we go. We got the win. So we'll put 20 on first column. And obviously there's more black numbers. So we'll put the other 20 on second column because that's where the black numbers are. And let's spin. And that's a 6 black. Oh, and we lost that one, even though we were lucky with the color. You can see we lost it 20 and 20. So we add up 20 plus 10, and now we'll have a $30 bet. And let's still stay on black because black is still trending. And here we go. There we go. That's a 2 black. So now we'll put a $30 bet on first column, a $30 bet on second column because that's where the black numbers are, is in the second column. And that's a 29 black. We got the win, so we restart, and now we're up $330. So we'll stay on black and because it's just really going black here. And let's see if this continues. And we lost that one, so we go 10 to 20. And let's go odd since the last 2 are odd, and we'll keep going with the trend here. Here we go. And we lost that one. So we'll go 20 plus 10 is 30. And that last one was a, well, the trend is still black. Let's go black for 30. Let's see if this continues. Ooh, it ended. That didn't work out very well for us, but that's okay. We'll add up 30 plus 20, and we'll have a $50 bet on 1 to 18 since the last 2 have trended in that direction. And here we go. And we lost again, 23 red. So now we're going to go from 50. 50 plus 30 is 80, and we'll be on odd. And actually, you know what? Let's go ahead. We could go red also. Let's go 80 on red. It's starting to go back red again. Let's see if we can get a win here. And that was a good choice. That's a 16 red. So we'll put the 80 on first column. And then more black numbers still. So we'll put the other 80 on second column. 160 total bet. And if we were to lose this one, we would add up 80 and 50 for a 130 bet on the outside. But we got the win, so we restart. We're up 380, and let's go even now since the last 2 numbers have been even. And again, doing great with the Texas two-step. That's an 18 red. All right, that's a win. We're up 390. We'll go first column, and then now we're going to be on third column because all of a sudden now we have more red numbers than black, and that's where they exist, is in that third column. That's a 24 black, and we won. So now we're at $400, and let's go even. We have 4 in a row even right now, so that's what's trending. And here we go. And this was originally sent in by Todd Hoover, and it's a fantastic system I've been using. And let's go 10 on first column, 10 on third, because the numbers are red mostly. And let's go ahead and spin again here. That's a 35 black. And we lost. So we go up in the progression from 10 to 20. And we'll go to 19 to 36 since we've had 3 in a row. And let's see if that trend continues of high numbers. And it did. That's a 35 black. Okay, so we take 20 on first column, and then we still have more red numbers, so we'll put 20 on third column. And let's see if we can get a win here. If we don't win, we'll add up 20 plus 30. 20 plus 10, and we'll have a $30 bet, but since we won, we restart. Okay, so we're at $430, and it looks like it's... Actually, you know what? Let's go odd. The last 3 are odd. Let's ride that trend, see if it continues. All right, that's a 7 red. Fantastic. That was a good choice. So now we'll put 10 on first column, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it switched back to black, so we'll be at on second column because there's more black numbers than red again. And here we go. That's a 31 black. And we got the win. And we're up $450. And that'll do it for the Texas Two-Step. It's been 15 minutes. And that was another great session with the Texas Two-Step, originally sent in by Todd Hoover. And I've been using that one to win lately. And I hope you guys can start using it to win as well. Now, though, it is time for the incredible new Par 3 roulette system. I can't wait to share that with you. And let's just jump right in and get started. Here we go. All right, the time is finally here for the incredible new Par 3 roulette system by Dave Want. Let's go ahead and place the bets. And he said that these 2 double streets we're starting with are really important because of where they're at on the roulette wheel. And we're also going to place a $10 bet on third 12. So we're going to have $5 on the 4-7, $5 on the 16-19, and then $10 on the third 12 to start. That's a $20 total bet with Par 3 roulette by Dave Want. And that's a 31 black. Okay, we started out with a $10 win. Fantastic. We're up 10. We're just going to rebet and spin. And here we go again. Let's see what we get here. That's a 35 black. Okay, that's a $10 win. We're currently up $20. And you know what? Let me go ahead and just use a $10 chip here just so people don't get confused. And we'll put that right there just so you can see it's 5, 5, and 10. $20 total. And here we go. That's a 19 red. Okay, another win. And we're up $30. We're just going to rebet and spend. And then once we have a loss, I'll share with you what he's been doing to recover. And that's a 3 red. Okay, we lost that one. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to double that bet and spin, and let's see if we can get a win here. And that's a 26 black. We got 1 win there, and we're going to stay at this $40 bet level and try to get 1 more win here. That's a 32 red there. There's another win, so now we're going to drop back. We're up $50, and we're going to go back to where we started at 5, 5, and 10 at $20 total bet. And Dave says he loves golf, he loves roulette, and there's 3 bets, so he calls this Par 3 roulette. And I would love to hear in the comments if you guys love golf as well. Rory McIlroy just won the Masters. It was the most up and down tournament I've ever seen. It was pretty fun to watch. So we lost that one. Let's double and spin. And here we go. That's a 25 red. And that's a win, but we're going to try to get a second win here. Let's rebet and spin again at the $40 level, and then if we lose again, I'll share with you what to do next. That's a 5 red. But we got the win, so let's go ahead and reset here first. We're up 70. Let's go back to 20, where we started at 5, 5, and 10. And again, Dave says he picks those double streets based on where they're at on the roulette wheel. So it's real important that you choose those certain double streets. So, we're up 80. Let's rebet and spin. And here we go. It says they're spaced out perfectly, and that's an 11 black. Okay, we lost, so we're going to double that bet from 20 to 40. And let's try to get our first win here. Okay, that's a 23 red. Okay, we lost, so we're going to actually double that bet again. Now we're going to be at the $80 bet. And we have plenty of bankroll to cover these bets, which we'll go over here in a second. That's a 20. There's one win at 40. So we're going to repeat this $80 bet and try to get one more win here. Here we go. That's a 15 black. But we lost, so we're going to have to go from 80 to 160, and that's why it's so important to have the right bankroll. And this is a $2,000 bankroll system. If you want to divide everything by 5, you could also do this with a $400 bankroll, and then you would just need to divide the 10 by 5, which would be 2, and then let's go ahead and then on the $5 bets would be 1. So let's go ahead and double that bet again. We've had a lot of losses so far. Let's see if we can get this to stop here. That's a 14 red. And we're just continuing to lose. So we have a $2,000 bankroll. We have $1,500 left, and we doubled, and it's time to get a win. All right, come on. That's a 25 red. So we know that's a win because we have the entire third 12 covered. Well, let's get one more here and see where we're at. Okay, that's a 16 red. Okay, that's a nice win there. We're up $140. And if you get 2 wins, you drop back no matter what. So let's go back to where we started. Let's just put the bets back out again. And hopefully we don't have that many losses consecutively again, and we can build it back up again. So let's see if we can get that profit back up there. And Dave says he does recommend playing on a live table, and really likes playing with the live dealers. So it's up to you, though. I know a lot of you play automated, and that's fine as well. Let's go ahead and just rebet and spin here and see how many wins we can get in a row. The one that I would probably steer you clear of is playing the video roulette. Those ones are a little bit fishy. But the automated roulette, most of what I've seen lately shows that it's pretty legitimate. And I know there's some of you that don't think that it is. But that's always a good conversation, and would love to hear in the comments what you guys think. Okay, let's go ahead and double and spin. And here we go. And when I went to that convention in Las Vegas at the Venetian and talked to the guys that built the machines, they were pretty adamant that the automated machines were legitimate. And so I got some good information there, but you never know for sure, right? Would love to hear what you guys think. And that's a second win. Let's restart. We're up $180. We'll go back to 20. And here we go. And that's a 33 black. Okay, we're up 190. Let's rebet and spin. Another reason I like to go to the Venetian is because that's where I park when I go to the Sphere, which I don't know if you guys have seen any concerts at the Sphere in Las Vegas, but you can't even explain how good it is until you go. But that's right there where you park at the Venetian and then walk on over there. That's a 34 red, and that's a win. All right, let's rebet and spin. And most of the gaming conventions that we have for YouTube or anything else are also there in the Venetian. So that's pretty cool, and we're up $210. So let's go back to 20 now and spin, and let's keep building up our profit with Par 3 Roulette by Dave Want, and that's a 29 black. Okay, that's a win. We're up $220. Let's rebet and spin. All right, here we go. That's a 20 black. Okay, and that's a win. We're up $230. Let's rebet and spin. And let me know if you guys are going to Vegas soon in the comments. Would love to hear from you. And I'm already getting that itch because You know, it's starting to be golf season, and I can't go as many times. I went almost every other week this winter, but now it's slowing down a little bit for me. But I've got the itch to get back. I love Las Vegas, and that's a 10 black. Okay, we lost again. Let's go ahead and double that bet from 40 to 80 and spin. And here we go. That's a 36 red. And that's a win. We need to get another one. So we'll repeat that bet at $80. And here we go. And the third 12 will always have double what you have on the double streets. And there's our second win. We're up $250. And let's put the bets back out again. Again, we'll have 5, 5, and 10. And that's a $20 total bet. And if we lose, we try to get 2 wins. So here we go. That's an 18 red. Okay, that's a $10 win. We're up $260. Let's see how many wins we can get in a row this time here with Par 3 Roulette by Dave Want. And that's a 24 black. And we're up $240. And let's go ahead and double that and try to get our 2 wins here. Let's start with 1, and then we'll be a little closer here. That's a 22 black. But we lost, so we have to double again. That's why we need the $2,000 bankroll. Again, you can also play this with $1 and $2 bets if you use a $400 bankroll. That's a 14 red. So if you were to do that, you'd put the dollars on the double streets and the $2 on the third 12. Let's go ahead and double to 160 now, and you're seeing again why we need that bankroll. It's so essential for recovery, and that's a 6 black. That's a win, but we need another one. Let's rebet and spin, see if we can get win number 2, or if we have to double again. Let's see if we can do it here. 0 didn't help us much there. That's not the best. And let's go ahead and double again to 320, and you can see we're only up 40 temporarily because we haven't got our wins yet. And that's a 4 black. Okay, we got 1 win there. We need 2. So let's get a second one so we can reset. And again, this is why bankroll is so essential. And that's a 15 black. But we lost again. So, man, we're going to have to double again. And we're at minus 120 all of a sudden. Let's get a win here. And we need to get out of this with a good couple wins. That's a 32 red. That's a win. 320. Now we're up $200. And even though we're supposed to get 2 wins, this would be a good point for you to realize that when the bets are high like this, you don't want to go for the second win. And Dave would tell you the same thing. If you get close to session profit and you're able to reset, you want to do so. So if you get in this situation, don't go for the second win if you're already back in good profit. Even if you're not in session profit, go ahead and restart. So that's a really important thing, is to sometimes take a little bit of a loss, because with a system like this, you know you're going to build it back up pretty quickly. There's no reason to risk it all on one spin unless you absolutely have to. And that's a 9 red. So we would have got it, but you never know. And let's just rebet and spin, see if we can build it back up again. But again, if you're in decent profit, even if you're not in session profit, and you're at a high bet level, go ahead and take the risk away and just start building it back up again. I mean, if you have more money than you came with, you're in pretty good shape. And the problem is, a lot of people, when they're playing roulette, we lost again there, think that we're going to be at $80 now. Think that if you were up $1,000 and all of a sudden you're up $500, that and man, we're getting a bunch of losses here. They think that, man, I got to get the 1,000 back immediately. That's the kind of attitude that makes you lose with roulette. So just because you were up a lot doesn't mean that you're entitled to be back there. Oh my goodness, that's so many losses in a row. Let's get our wins right here at the 320 level. Look at that. We've lost on the 13, the 0, the 00, and the 11. And again, Dave's probably saying right now, this is why I play with the dealer at a live table. And I'm sure he's saying that right now. But we got 1 win there. We're up 70. We need to try to get 2. Again, if you get closer to session profit, I'm okay if you restart. And I'm sure Dave is as well. That's a 26 black, and we got our 2 wins. So Now we're up 230. We're going to restart. So we'll be at 5, 5, and 10. And let's go ahead and spin again here, and let's build it back up. All right, anytime you cash out with money that you didn't bring, and you can declare victory over the casino, do so, and at least then you know that you're going to be leaving a winner. And not very many people can say that. So just your mindset can really change, how things are with betting, and greed gets in the way sometimes. So let's go ahead and double and spin. I think the other way of thinking about that too is like that people think that they have to get all their losses back, that they're entitled to get all their losses back from the casino, but that's not the right mindset. Let's get another win here at 40, because that's the mindset that makes you lose your bankroll. That's an 18 red. And the correct mindset would be to just try to get wins every day. Even let's go back to 20 now. Just try to get daily wins and cash out before you lose, and just steadily build up your profits. And don't feel like the casino owes you something. That's again what really gets people in trouble. And we're up 270. Let's rebet and spin. And any day that you can again leave with more money than you brought and declare victory over the casino is a good day. And that's a 14 red. We lost. Let's double that bet from 20 to 40 and spin. And here we go. All right, par 3 roulette by Dave Want. We're coming down the stretch here. That's a 19 red, and that's a win. Let's rebet that and try to get 2 of them and spin. Okay, that's a 7 red. Okay, that's a $20 win. We're up $290. And let's go back to where we started at $20. And spin. And this will be our final spin with par 3 roulette. And that's a 3 red. Okay, and that's a $20 loss. But we still made $270 profit in 15 minutes with par 3 roulette by Dave Want. Again, he does recommend playing with a live dealer at the table, but again, I know a lot of you play on the automated machines, and that's fine as well. I don't recommend playing video roulette, but which would be like the one that looks like it's a slot machine. But the ones where you're sitting in a circle around and the ball's falling in, from everything I've heard from the creators of those are legitimate. And also if you play online, however you do it, I hope that you can use these strategies to do better. And remember to cash out when you're up, and declare victory over the casino. So if you want to send a system in, please send it to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. That's roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. I pick a new one every single day of the week, 365 days of the year, in the search for the best roulette system possible each and every day. And I hope you're enjoying that search with me. I know I sure enjoy it. And I really appreciate all the people in this wonderful community. You guys are awesome. And this is the Roulette Master. And have a great day, everybody.